Welcome to Smokeysteveandmarc.
I'm Mark.
I'm Steve.
Welcome or welcome back, y'all.
Welcome, and happy Friday.
Happy weekend.
I'm very excited.
Happy long weekend, well, for us here in the U.S.
Here in the States, it's Labor Day.
Yes.
So thank you, Labor, for the day off.
Yep.
Much appreciated.
Definitely. And can you honestly believe that Monday is Labor Day? Like, we said this before, here in the U.S., it's like the official, unofficial end of summer.
End of summer, yeah.
Starts at Memorial Day, ends at Labor Day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now here on the channel and I guess in real life, I mean, well, we kind of go till like about the 15th of September before
fall
start
decorations
switching over to fall, you know. And I got to get the exact date of when the autumn equinox is. It's I don't know if it's in September. No, it's in October this year. I have to find it. I don't know what the exact date is.
Yeah.
For like the official start of autumn.
You know what I thought of? 1,000 years ago, I was looking through some videos. People are like scrolling through our old videos, like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Moon madness. I hadn't thought of it in 1,000 years. When you said new season changing, equinox or whatever, that's what it reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
Those were like fun, little expensive.
But I would get that. Yeah,
because you bought it. It wasn't like we were gifted.
No, I would get that thing every month.
Yeah, it was like boxes were big.
Yeah.
Before COVID, the boxes were big.
Yeah,
get everything in one. So
I did like that segment. I did, but it just didn't seem to get too many views.
And it had a niche audience.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a Moon Madness like special and see if people like it. I think that might work
because it was like a place to talk about like moon stuff, maybe some metaphysical stuff. The gift boxes you were getting had like oils and candles and all sorts of dumb stuff.
Switch it up. We're not going to get a monthly gift box. That's for sure. I have so much stuff.
No, we have quite enough to talk about.
Yes.
Without buying something else to do it.
We do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like those themed videos. Well, I like those themed videos.
And they were like once a month for about a year.
Yeah.
I guess.
There's a whole playlist, isn't there?
There's a playlist of almost everything. Yeah. Our inventory is about 1,500 videos.
Wow.
So essentially there's one for every 5 of you.
Holy heck.
That's over a course of years, and I've never deleted anything.
Yeah.
So, there's old videos with 100 views. There's probably 2 years of them worth, which I could get rid of. I mean, why not? So, people still watch them.
I don't know much about that. I don't know.
You get like one view. It's like all your most viewed
clean
videos.
Up your channel, kind of, and get rid of like old ones,
stuff that no one's going to see that we're not going to track. It doesn't exist anywhere but YouTube because we don't have hard copies of that.
But what about like the views and stuff? Like
they drop. Like when Foodie Tootie would cut out her old videos, the views drop a lot. Like she would drop millions at a time.
Yeah.
Which is noticeable, which I'm guessing must be not great for your channel.
I wouldn't think
so many. But on the other hand of things are looking up for us with YouTube. Also, we made more money this month than last. That's the first month that's happened since January.
I know, right? Our big whopping YouTube
now we can really go car shopping with that check.
It was so low over the summer, but we do head into a more busy season now. Like the ads, or you get paid a little bit more.
All the way up to like January, end of June, because everything's worth more. You can put out a video reviewing a shot glass. 8 people can watch, and you make $20.
Yeah,
not quite, but it's
it raises up a little bit.
It looks at it like, well, that was some rather low effort to content to put together, and it got all the same, not the same views, but the same money because the cost per view is higher.
It's a little higher, yeah.
So instead of getting we usually get a cent per view, but instead it might be like 0.12, 12 cents a view.
Yeah.
Which adds up if you're dealing in big numbers.
Oh, over the month?
Yeah. For a larger channel, it would, add up.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know. We're still, trudging along. I mean, I don't know.
People still ask at work how you're doing. You're fine about your accident.
I'm doing good. The bruises are still there, but they take a long time to go away. I have the bruises here and like here and on. They're like getting that ugly like yellow around the edge. Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't hurt as much. And this whatever happened to the back and that. It's like easing up.
Good. That's on the side of your seatbelt would be this way.
Right. This whatever happened was on this side in the back. And he brought up a really good point. What if it was? It could have been a broken rib.
Yeah,
it's right. It actually kind of does feel like when I broke my ribs, but they didn't X-ray down there. So I don't know. But anyway, it is. Yeah, it is starting to get better.
Broken ribs, like my 9th and 10th rib, I broke from coughing. Thank you, Marlboro. I had pneumonia and I broke 2 ribs coughing. Yeah. But after that, I had bruised a rib, which was more painful, but went away in 3 days. The broken ribs, they gave me like 10 days worth of Vicodin and said, "Happy 5 months. We don't do shit for this anymore."
Yeah.
They don't bind you because then you'll get pleurisy or pneumonia if they bind you from being able to breathe deeply.
Oh,
so yeah. But you had, I thought, bruised yours when we were doing that. We were on a road trip to somewhere.
Yeah.
Was it our honeymoon?
It was it was a haunted. We went to Centralia. A haunted bridge.
That was the bridge.
It was a haunted road trip we went to. Yeah. I don't know if it was Ohio or it was Pennsylvania, and then maybe it was just Pennsylvania.
We were in suburban Pennsylvania, coming from.
It was an all-day thing. I think we stayed overnight too.
Yeah, we had a hotel, I'm sure, somewhere.
But we went to this bridge, and then it looked really creepy underneath, so I went down to get some footage, and I fell there.
Slip,
and
fall,
that's where I broke.
And I slipped trying to pick you up.
Goodness, that hurts.
That hurt for months.
Oh,
that was months that hurt.
It takes a long time to heal, but I don't know.
But so far, you're going okay.
Yes.
Your mood's okay.
Yes.
You're lucid. You know who the president is.
I
know what year it is. Okay.
I know all that stuff.
Because that was the creepiest thing.
I didn't before.
Do you remember when you had your cataracts done and you had anesthesia?
Yeah.
That's almost identical to what you were like for about 45 minutes.
Wow.
When I went in there. You were getting like a third of each sentence.
And that's without any medication or anything.
No, you just you were still sitting in the wheelchair. They brought you in.
Shock or something. I don't know. But I remember being confused for...
You didn't know your last name.
Quite some time after that, actually. Like a few days, I couldn't get my thoughts together, you know. It sucked. But we were doing well with that. We did all the last steps with the insurance and all that was done. And of course, it's a holiday weekend, so now we have to wait until Tuesday.
But we've been doing good on the generosity of friends and walking.
Oh, yeah.
And we took our first Uber today.
Yeah, we took an Uber today for the very first time.
That's right. That's right. Not a Gen Z, barely a millennial. We just took our first Uber.
We did. It was cool.
It was more money than I thought, but it was more convenient than I thought. Like, we didn't know what time. We were supposed to go down 2:00 to sign off some stuff for the car.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a ride available, so I was like, let's take an Uber. I've never taken one. So I download the app. I have Uber Eats, just not Uber.
Yeah.
And it says you can reserve ahead. And I'm like, well, reserving ahead, I have to get like enough of a vehicle to move. The bigger and whatever. Yeah. So I hit one that was like, oh, well, that one's less expensive. And then it's like, we'll be there in 2 minutes. And he was here in 2 minutes. He was right downtown over there. He was just across town. Came real quick. We got in.
He was so nice.
Yeah. His name was Jose.
Jose, yeah.
Very funny guy. Car smelled like cologne.
It did.
A lot like cologne. And he had this whole deck of like phones and flat screens.
Yeah. It was like a big, right in the dash there. Like it was crazy.
And something with Uber is such that we got directions to projects instead of where we were going.
It wasn't us. It was them.
It was them.
Because they took them to the wrong place.
Because we got there and the guy talked with us luckily and went through everything and we found it. But then we had to do our business, and the next driver we had to talk through that too.
Because when he came to pick us up,
he went to the project.
Yeah, they sent him there.
There's that chunk of road that's cut off, that's like barred off, that would have gone straight from one to the other, but you have to drive around. And this little complex has like 8 stores in the middle of nowhere.
There's
no retail. There's nothing. It's like a business park.
I felt like we were in the middle of the woods.
There was like a home health agency, and
we were going to the insurance company's office because we had to physically sign a paper. We couldn't do it electronically or anything.
State of Pennsylvania or Commonwealth.
Yeah, it was. And she said that the agent's like, it's the only thing we have to do in person. It's the only state. She was like,
you
but
you have to do it. Sign it. So.
But there wasn't, a settlement check there. They need another day or whatever. I mean, it's all settled.
It'll be spent electronically.
They'll do that part electronically.
So,
but she was like, I'm so sorry. It's the holiday weekend. I'm not sure exactly what day this will happen. So,
well, thank you.
But at least it's done.
It's done, and we did better than I thought. Like
we did.
We were left with some options. We could buy a high mileage, cheaper car outright, own it,
with no car payment.
With no car payment, so tempting. Or we can put down a bit because it's a bit more than I thought. I thought we'd be getting like 1,000. It's not 1,000.
I really thought it was going to be so low.
And then with deductible, I thought 500. The car was totaled. It was 13 years old and had over 100,000 miles on it. But once everyone was paid, the loan was paid back on the car, so that's done.
Yeah, I only had a year to go on it, but it's still they have.
But I can't believe they assessed the vehicle and the damage is as high as it was. Because when they took everything off, it's like, oh, that's a decent down payment.
Oh, yeah.
We can make a decent down payment, borrow a very small amount, and try to help our credit out, maybe.
We could. There's so many options, and that's what we're doing now. Yeah. Now, I personally, I know people like to shop for car. I don't. It's
you can do so much of it online now.
That's true, too.
If you got money to burn, go to Carvana. But if you don't have $700 transport fee to get it from wherever the fuck it is to here, and then they take it off the flatbed. And you ever see every commercial?
I've seen the commercials.
I've seen a lot of bloopers where they drop a car. So,
those are funny.
So we're not there yet. I'm doing that thing where I'm thinking, if we have this much to put down and we can afford this much per month, how much car can we buy?
Yeah.
So like I said, we can afford hoopty, like old, not necessarily broken down, but old, used. Or we can look a little bit newer, take on a payment, but we'd have more years out of the car probably.
Yeah. And as long as it's not more than what we were paying before all of this, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. The payments were lower. When I had the Buick, it was in my name, and it was, I don't know, per month, $80 lower.
Yeah, it was lower
than that. But the car was older. It was a car, not an SUV. So now we get to do a little browsing, and then eventually we'll probably see one down the street like we did last time.
We can
walk 2 blocks or 3 to get to where we bought this.
And there's probably 4 or 5,
and they breed because I went looking for similar car to what we had. There's about 9 Toyota RAV4s in only 2 colors. Blue and the blue we had. We could get another one to replace it almost exactly
the same one. I would do that.
It was
I
one
like
year,
that car.
1 year younger, but 10,000 miles older.
More.
But it would be under 10,000. That's where I'm looking at my cars, like in the under 10,000 range.
Yeah.
Because I don't. How many more? I mean, I still have student loans.
Yeah, I know.
Day-to-day bills and. Cats.
But that's the fun we're doing now, is looking at cars. But we probably should wait until we actually get the check.
Well, it's more funny
so we know exactly.
It's imaginary, more so than that.
Yeah.
The Buick we got, I think, was priced at $8,000. This was like 7 or 8 years ago. It was priced at $7,000, and the payment was $220 a month, and we put $1,000 down. But basically, when I walked in and says I have $1,000, and I can probably get credit wise a couple $100 a month that we can afford. What do you got? And I saw the exact car I wanted, only ever driven by a priest before us.
Yes, it was.
And we went for a drive, and I thought, this is too luxury for us. And then I'm like, well, why not? What would I get? SUVs were not in the pay scale at the time. It was going to be a car or it was going to be nothing.
Yeah.
So that priest treated the car real nice.
Yes, he did.
Heavy Thoughts by Mark and Steve.
By law, our cars have to be roadworthy. But the roads don't have to be car-worthy.
Heavy Thoughts by Mark and Steve.
Well, so anyway, how are you doing? Boy, we just blabbed for a few minutes there, didn't we?
Well, it's nice to talk to somebody sometimes.
It is, and it is a chit-chat video.
He's always out.
Doing something.
Going out for gyros and going to the red room. Or whatever the hell you're doing.
I'm usually outside in the garden or editing.
You're very dependably in the garden.
And it's been nice kind of walking around. I went out and clipped some fresh herbs because I'm going to be cooking tonight. And see, we have tomatoes. I think I even have a little tomato in my... Yeah, I got this one right before I came in.
I happened to have this little tomato. They vegan. We only have like 4 or 5 so far.
So far of these, but there's so many on the vine. They're going to be red any day now. And I got the ones... I didn't get the big beefsteak ones. I got the ones that are this size up to... I mean, they get pretty big, but not giant. I don't like those giant ones, but I like this. And then plum tomatoes too.
Yeah.
We got peppers. I didn't have any more onions or carrots. Not until probably another.
We didn't have any eggplant this year.
One.
We had one.
Yeah, one. And but anyway, harvesting is
harvest
time. I love it. Other day I made a pasta with it was the soup.
Made soup with every
green
vegetable.
Beans, every vegetable was in the garden. Yeah. It was pretty cool. I had to add some the Brussels sprouts and things
a few things here and there, but that's good.
Yeah.
But then I had found out I'm doing some dehydrating this weekend. You're eating about a bag of apples a week because I make applesauce.
He does. He makes the apple.
Peel, and then it's usually strawberry apple with a handful of
blueberries in it. Yeah, I do like it.
I most go one equal packet or Splenda, usually, whatever it is, and then just fill it with water. And when it cooks halfway done, take the lid off until it's done. And then I hit it with the immersion blender because you like it smooth.
I like smooth applesauce.
And a tiny pinch of salt. Like when you start, put in a tiny pinch of salt. Because if the fruit's sweet, you don't got to worry about it.
Well, this is a fabulous way to get fresh fruit in for me, because I'm not a fruit eater. I'm not, but I do love applesauce, and I'll dip like maybe graham crackers in them. Yeah, I like that. So I'm making sure that I eat that every night, and I have been for a while. So at least I'm getting some.
There's that.
Fresh fruit.
And then I've been working on making mirepoix powder. So I already have 2.5 pounds of carrots dried. It's this big.
Yeah, it's like a jar like that, 2.5 pounds.
Yeah, 2.5 pounds. If I went out to the garden, I'd show you the celery. It would probably fit like here.
Yeah.
Because he pulled a bunch, and I'm like, well, I'm going to dry it because I'm going to try to, process it. And then I needed an onion, so I grabbed one out of the kitchen and put that together. So the goal was going to make mirepoix powder.
Yeah.
With the dehydrated carrots and everything. They came back. I mean,
the carrots came back like they were brand new. I was surprised when he put the water in it.
And they just
soaked overnight.
They had a little bit of give, some crunch to them.
I was shocked.
I thought you could probably pat them off and then still even saute with them.
You probably could.
Which I don't think you could do with celery and maybe with onion. Because I have onion up on the shelf. I have red onions too.
Yeah.
So we have all sorts of fun stuff hanging around.
Yeah, we've been working on that. Now we're starting to do our own spices, like onion powder.
Yeah.
Or garlic powder, the red onion powder is my absolute favorite. I love that.
And it stinks up the house the least of all
onions. It does. I can sell onions right now, actually.
Yeah. You get a couple hours of it. People who do it serious, like if they had 7 trays stacked in 3 machines, they do it on their porch or they do it outside.
Yeah.
But I don't find this smells like onions for longer than about an hour.
No.
And then they start to...
It goes away.
Yeah. By the morning, that'll all be dried. And I'll just throw it in a jar, and then we'll see what seasoning tastes like. Maybe mix salt in with it, too, or give it a little something.
Yeah, sounds good. I've just been... I know we've talked about this before, but I've just been amazed at how time is going by fast. And part of it is getting older, I think.
It is.
I always hear people say when you get older, time just
flies.
I just... This summer flew by so fast that I can't believe that Monday's Labor Day. I can't believe that it went by this fast.
Oh, it did.
The accident, some days it feels like it was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And some days it feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. I'm all messed up like that. And then being off work, I was messed up with all the days. Now with the holiday on Monday, I'm not going to know when it is.
Screwed up.
Not at all.
Maybe by Halloween.
Yeah. Halloween coming.
Oh, it's God.
I'm
already decorations in the stores.
Oh, yes. I'm already thinking about what we're doing. Well, we have to do a few projects and stuff, before Spooky Steve and Marc.
Well, yeah, you want to get ahead of it so if people have ideas for their own Halloween decorating.
Oh, absolutely.
So it seems like, why are you making this in September, in the beginning of September? Because you don't want to give people a fun idea for a decoration the day of Halloween.
And people are already doing it. I've been seeing videos coming of Halloween, Dollar Tree hauls. We have a great Dollar Tree Halloween project we're going to do. I'm excited about that. That'll be the first one. But
and then you have a special day coming up, too.
I do. That's another thing I can't believe about time.
Mark's going to be 39 and a half.
I am. And you believe...
I was going to say, I know the date. I don't know the day. It's
September 6th.
9/6.
Which is Friday. Yeah, so it would be a week from today. I am shocked. I cannot believe, I mean, it seemed like yesterday I was 20 and now I'm 39.
I know, it goes quick. Well, you're closer to 40 than 30 now.
Yeah. This is true.
Just don't think too much past that.
Right. But I think we'll do, I guess we'll do a live birthday party. I mean, that's what we usually do.
We do live for mine. We tell you get a piece of cake. We'll have a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Usually there's something to open.
I'll do that. That'll be fun. We'll go live next Friday for my birthday.
We'll do birthday live. So we'll have live chit-chat instead of recording.
We'll have cake. Yeah.
And there'll be cake. Yeah. Okay. I'm all here for cake. I can do that. See, the cats heard cake.
And he said cake. Here's Bandit. Cake.
Well, this feels like a really thorough sit down and catch up. There was a lot going on. I think we probably answered some people's questions that that people had about how's Mark doing.
Oh, Bandit.
That was Bandit. I'm leaving that in.
Yeah, I won't edit.
I'm leaving that in. Leave it here.
You silly goose.
Apparently, Bandit is hungry, and he's gonna trash the place if he doesn't get his way.
He does this when he's hungry. He'll pace.
And then it's not Oscar will lovey-dovey.
Oh,
his head into something.
Bandit will just
like straight at you.
And they eat dinner at 10.
Yeah.
And he knows this. Yes, he does.
Well, you're patient and we, right?
Yes.
He hates me. He could
Well, we
scratch
hope
me
you have a
for it.
fantastic weekend, everybody. I hope you have some fun plans for this Labor Day weekend. Are you cooking out? Are you going to a picnic or something? Oh,
you're allowed to celebrate labor and get in the pool.
Absolutely.
It's okay.
Yes, you are.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, the notification bell. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Yes, we will. You're going to catch up with them tomorrow, huh?
I am.
Steve will try it. Which one, too?
It should be sharp. We have a glove. We have a glove. Thank you, Purposeful Pantry. I thought to get one, and we have one.
And we have a glove.
You'll fill in the blanks tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. Have a great weekend, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.
Kitty, off the table.